And with your expertise, I think that, for example, the international field opens up, for example, the market field for me, that is the future that is very close. There are going to be hiring where, hey, I need a chemist. I mean, if you are where you are, I'm going to hire him wherever you are, not seeing how the cost of raw materials and all that is evaluated. And with this field that is so open, what can you do? If someone tells you, David, I want you to be my chemist to produce this for me. I mean, how tangible is it?
It's not feasible to do it first through Maquila service, which involves manufacturing here and shipping. Manage a new product according to, as I tell you, to know what you want to do, and above all, an example. No, I want them to be just materials that come from nature through extraction. We should investigate which thermal plants, for example, here in Ecuador, we can use, extract, and generate a product with an organic price. And above all, for this, it is also necessary that I always live and I have always been in the field of raw materials, of specialties, where you can see international or national suppliers that manufacture this so that they also give you guidance on what they have and what you can use. That is why there are EcoCert certifications where you have to comply. Also organic, where you have to comply according to the regulations, the quantity of products that come from purely organic origin for their manufacture. We can diagram advice that a company wants to be located here in Ecuador and needs advice from one of the Ecuadorian legislation. What requirements do you need? Take the folder and generate that this company can come here physically or virtually, or also be able to sell products here that they produce and be the representative here. And I move and I be responsible for the organizations here in Ecuador. I be the figure.
Of course, I mean, you would even not only be the person in charge of creating, but investigating and experimenting, but you would also be the connection to be able to make the business happen here as well.
And close the business, of course.
Sure.
Both here and there, that is, either send product from here to abroad or receive it here and distribute it not only as a finished product, but also as a raw material. Because the trend that was seen after COVID is that people are looking for products that are much more natural of origin, much more organic than chemical, and that needs to know where to produce it, how to produce it, and also give it added value, and that it be something that I am not deforesting, I am not generating any inconvenience in the ecosystem before I am helping the collaboration of society. There are many things to see in this entire topic, but above all, it is knowing that we can do it. We can hear, I can make sure that strict control can be carried out. That interesting raw materials can be obtained here, that interesting things can be done, not only here with products from here, but from outside, and bring solutions or send solutions.
No, no. Have you ever been interested in creating something for yourself that is something that has generated you? Out of curiosity, I say, and someday I will have to create this because it is something I wish to do.
Yes, I think it is more focused on products that you need in your home, in a home, but the product has to be effective and something that I can see. If something that I take with me, I do it here in Ecuador, and if they replicate it elsewhere, it works the same way. And above all, said a friend, at some point I want a product that can disinfect and clean me, but maybe I can also do this and explain it to me. I can eat it more or less like this. In other words, generate that the product is not polluting and that it is not harmful from natural things, which has a much higher value because you know that you are not going to pollute, and it is not something polluting, it is something that you obtain from nature. Most of the products that we use for cleaning, disinfection, or whatever go into water and have bioavailability. Sorry, they decompose very slowly and are no longer biodegradable, or their biodegradability is very broad because that product will biodegrade. But what do I know in 2 years? Let's put it this way. It doesn't suit me that it has been polluting for 2 years. That is already a pollutant. So I tried to generate that type of product. At some point, I did it, but they didn't give me the resources. I tell you resources because I had to generate sources of income for myself and my family, and I abandoned the project. Let's put it this way.
Would anyone ever want to rescue that project?
Yeah. I think so, and above all, you have to give it time and check what there is or what you can invent, because remember that what one wants most is to generate a footprint for which they recognize you, and I would believe that innovating a product would be that.